Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Sethum, and in this video folks I am going to show you how to get the artifact of the shadows. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more similar content from myself, and why not check out some of my other videos, who knows, you might just enjoy them. So this is the final cave in the Aberration map, and to be fairly honest with you folks, this is actually one of the most difficult caves yet, so it will take a bit of time, and I reckon this might be a slightly long video. However, I'm going to show you what I think is the best way to get the artifact of the shadows. So the artifact is located somewhere down here. There is a little cave down in the water. Here are the coordinates for the location. I'm also going to show you the surroundings so you'll know you're in the right place from those three pillars of purple pink crystal. And before you decide to jump in and get the artifact, make sure that the area is clear. If not, you might need to kill some stuff around. Now I have recently cleared out all of the creatures in the water, so there was quite a variety of creatures. I've cleared them out, and as you can see, they have spawned back in. So you do need to be quite quick about it, because they seem to respawn fairly quickish. So make your way to the bottom. You'll see some purple crystals. We're gonna go towards that. Also, you will need a source of charge here, because you do get nameless in this cave. However, the catch is you also do have seekers to deal with, so from time to time we'll have to turn off the source of light. So in my case, I have a bulb dog, because it also tells me where there are high level creatures in the cave, so it kind of gives me a bit of warning. Now I'm inside the cave, and as you've seen before, I have a scuba tank and some flippers, and you will need this for the cave. Now there are two ways to get to the artifact. I'm going to show you what I think is the easiest way. So we're going to get down there by using a zipline, and I connected it somewhere around that area with that little white section just above the little white section in the rock, and we'll aim for the wall down there, so kind of where my crosshairs are. I would suggest actually try hitting the walls and not using the ground to anchor your zipline. It does make the job a lot easier in terms of connecting to the zipline. So hopefully, there we go, there's a Titan boss. So I'm going to take care of it while I am well above it and out of its reach. There we go. Try and get another shot on it. Perfect. Now, if I do come across seekers, I am going to have to turn off my bulb dog, because seekers do get a buff off of the charge from the bulb dog, or the light from the bulb dog. So I strongly recommend turning your creature off if you do see seekers in the distance before you decide to aggro them. The charge from the bulb dog does make them hit harder, as well as harder to kill, so we don't want that. Now you'll see that I have grappling lines that go from the ground to the ceiling from place to place, so I have been in here before. I have tested out a couple of theories, so those are for me to grapple onto and get myself off the floor if there are dangerous creatures on the floor. And one good thing about this cave is that there are no ravagers. I nearly forgot what those things were called. Yeah, so there are no ravagers that can climb, so that is a beneficial thing. However, if you do get hit by a seeker, then you might get knocked off. Also, if you do see a seeker in the distance, shoot out the fireflies, glowflies, whatever they're called, because they have charge, and as you can see, they are lighting up the cave, which will make the seekers hard to kill. I'm going to be very careful around this area. I don't really want to get caught off guard. At the moment, these these fireflies, whatever they're called, I forgot what they're called, don't bother me because there are no seekers. I can't see anything, so I'm just going to leave them be. And from the looks of it, I seem to be quite fortunate with that. Also, be aware that I have also noticed Reaper Kings spawn in the cave. So be prepared for that. I have brought explosives to deal with that. I have obviously my bulldog with me. Hopefully we will not bump into it. But that is a potential possibility. So be prepared for it. Okay, what was that? Just a bit cautious, as I am doing this for real, so I'm not using any cheats actually, and I want to show you guys how to do it for real and how I approach this particular artifact. So with that being said, this might be a slightly long video. I'm going to try and keep it in one piece and not do any cuts. However, there might also be stuff like earthquakes, in which case I will not proceed on, and I might fast forward those sections because it isn't recommended to try and proceed on with an earthquake. It does complicate the situation. So there's a seeker there. I'm going to try and take out those fireflies so I can actually do more damage on it. Oh gosh. Okay. I might have to go a bit forward, but I do not. I'm kind of worried because there could be seekers around the corner. However, if you do get chased in the section of the map by seekers, just go backwards towards that little entrance that we saw before, and they can't follow you that way. I'm just kind of keeping an eye on what this guy's doing. Oh great. So yeah, just do this. Once you find yourself in this position, they can't come through this, so just go through it. Okay, I'm gonna have to turn off my bulldog. There we go. I'm just cautious at this point in time because I don't know where that seeker's gone to. Oh, I think he's gone back. They normally tend to get stuck on the right cliff. On the cliff to my right is what I meant to say. So try and hit that thing. Oh, I'm gonna miss a few times, aren't I? Okay. There's clearly no other seekers around in the area, so I guess maybe if I get closer? No? Oh my lord. This thing is quite hard to hit. Oh, how bad is that? That is horrendous. Now, there are some zip lines around here. There's one that heads downwards. I have tried that method a couple of times. I don't recommend it. It is quite complicated. And the part that makes this cave complicated is not the ground portion, but the underwater portions of the map. There are a ton of creatures to kill, and they spawn really, really fast back. So I just want to make sure there's nothing around here. So, as I said, there are two grappling lines. One that goes, so the one on my left goes downwards, which kind of heads to a little cliff area there, and from there into the, or deeper into the cave. That is a possibility. However, I don't recommend it unless you want the extra added challenge. That has two underwater portions that are fairly long, and as you'll see in a bit, those are the hardest bits to deal with in this cave. Whereas the way I am going only has one section that is underwater, so I would rather take that because I find that easier. As you go forward, always keep an eye open for titan boas and things hidden in the bush. Look a couple of times just to be safe. Last thing you want is to be knocked out around this area. There we go, we have an earthquake. So at this point, I am just going to make myself safe here on this cliff. And I'm just going to wait for the earthquake to go away before I actually do anything. Okay, so as you've seen, an earthquake has started. I am just gonna hold on tight here. I'm not gonna do anything yet. Now, if this is a, do you know what? I'm gonna record through this and. Okay, it stopped. That was a fairly short earthquake. I was expecting it to be a bit longer. So yeah, in terms of earthquakes, just find a safe position and wait it out. Particularly if you are in the water, do not get in the water because it will just toss you around like nothing else. So you'll want to get out and find a safe place to wait until it's over. I'm going to try and explain some of my zip lines. There we go, that's better. Just do what I did. So my zip line is aimed on this cliff somewhere into the water or just above the water. There we go, there's the scorpion. I'll take care of that guy first. So in front of me you'll see where the zip line is actually anchored. So try and keep those locations in mind. I think this one is slightly above the water line so that I can also grab it from the water and zip line out as well. Now I am being very cautious here because there might be seekers, or there were seekers in the past. Okay, that looks alright. So as you can see, it's just above the water line. From this point we'll need to swim forward. I'm going to get my crossbow out. I have one zip line that is anchored into the ground, and as you will see, somewhere up there is a little opening in the wall. So there's a little cave opening. I've attached a grappling line that goes into the water and to the ceiling of that little cave opening in the wall. So I'm going to make my way up there. I'm going to clear out anything and everything that is at the opening of the cave and then make my way further. And as you can see, there is a Titan boa right at the entrance. Now, from what I gather about this portion is that the creatures can't come down. Jeez, that scared me. So yeah, the creatures in here can't come down. So there will be scorpions, Titan boas, and other such creatures. And I've noticed that they can't make their way down. It is quite important to try and grapple the, or attach the zip line actually to the ceiling of this cave and to the bottom of the cave floor where the water is, so that you can get back on it on the way out. I'm just going to be very cautious here as well because I know there used to be quite a few seekers. At the moment I've been quite fortunate and not found any seekers. I'm going to try and kill everything that I can at a distance because I haven't got anywhere to retreat. So if things go bad, I might be in a bit of trouble. So far it looks clear. There's a Titan boa there. For some reason I can't hit it. There we go, that did the trick. So okay, cool. It looks clear, so we're gonna go towards the right, not towards the left. That leads us to a little cliff area. I'm gonna turn off my bulldog. Okay, I just want to make sure it's on passive as well. Actually, I'm gonna leave it on, and I will set my bulldog to passive because I might have to throw my bulldog on the floor to turn it off if we do come across seekers, and if I'm being attacked in that certain case, I do not want it to try and fight whatever is attacking me. So I'm going to kill this thing because I don't want it there. And as I said, I've taken the right path, and as you can see, there's a bit of a cliff. So this is where I normally come to kill everything that's down there, which for this particular video seems to be quite empty. I've attached a zip line to the ceiling of this portion that I'm on, of this little cliff, and that goes down into that section. I've tried to attach it to the walls if I can. There we go, that's killed the Titan boa. So I'm going to grapple onto that. There's where I attached the zipline. Oh, that really scares me when it does that. Can I see anything? Okay. I think that was that fly that made that little noise. Anyways, right. So as you can see, I tried to attach it to a height that I can grapple onto, or attach my zip line from the ground. There's a scorpion up there, and for some reason I can't hit it. Maybe from over here. Yeah. There we go. That sorted that problem out. So I do have a bit of a sore throat, which is why you may hear me make some funny noises when I'm not speaking. But I did promise to make a video like this for this particular artifact on one of my previous videos to people, so I must do it. I do a ton of research and testing. So I've attached a grappling hook right where the pillar meets the ceiling, and as you can see down there, there's a little platform right there. I've attached it where the platform meets the wall, and that should allow me to grapple to the zip line from here as well as from down there to make my way back up. So I'm gonna go fairly close to the edge. Now, you don't want to be doing this if there's an earthquake, because you will end up falling and most likely die from the site. So just wait for the earthquake if there is an earthquake around this area. So as you can see, I'm going to make my way down here. I'm going to jump off the zip line, but I'm going to be facing the wall, so I jump towards the wall. There's another zip line here that I've attached slightly higher than my height, and there's a little platform there, as you can see, that is just above the little platform where I attached the anchor. So I'll start from there and then attach it here on this wall, slightly higher than my own height. I might have to jump for it to grab it, but that's alright. It just means I won't clip the platform and get knocked off the zip line. So I'm going to kill everything that I see from this height. Now, occasionally you might find a carcanos in this area, so I suggest you kill it from this height because it cannot reach your zip lines. If it does hit your zip lines, it will undo them, it will break them. There we go. Now, from this wall, I have attached a zip line that goes straight to the floor, and this is what we'll need to pay attention for: the electroporosis. So everything seems to be okay. I'm going to make my way down, and this is the water portion of this way, or this path that takes to the artifact. Now, it is a bit long, however it is easier than the other ones because it is narrow, and that means I can kite things into this portion that I've just cleared out of the entrance to the water or underwater bit. So I'm going to try and kill those creatures. That I think that's a anglerfish that I'm going to try and kill out of the water, or while I am out of the water. Apparently it doesn't seem to work, so I'm going to put my scuba gear on and try and go in the water. So I'm always going to give myself enough distance to try, or to be able to run away and get back out of the water in case I do get swarmed by underwater creatures. And in these portions, in the water portions, you will find just about everything, ranging from anglerfish, electroporosis, jellyfish, carcanoses, sarcos, and so on. So the plan here is try and aggro a small group, then swim towards the land. If there is a sarco, I will try and kill it in the water. It's probably the best place to do it. If I think it's too dangerous, I will kite it towards the land. And let's see, what have we got deeper in here? There's something there. There is an anglerfish, so I'll try and kill him. Now, if he gets himself stuck in the wall, I'm going to try to stay at a distance from him. Oh, there's quite a few, so I don't want to be dealing with two of those. No, stay away. that guy got mighty close. Try and get this guy. Okay, so make my way deeper in and see what else there is. Right, that was a good shot on it. Is it coming? I'm gonna try and hit that thing some more. So as you can see, there is a jellyfish. I think I can take those out before they actually come this way, but I'm worried about the anglerfish. Now the thing with the anglerfish is that once you hit them, or after the second hit, they will try and run off, and then you have to go and chase after them and then make your way back in. So it's a lot of going backwards and forwards until you kill the anglerfish, and there is a lot of anglerfish to kill. Also note that if you will see a single electroporus, there's a good chance that there may be others around that particular area that you've spotted the electroporus. So do be careful, don't let it catch you off guard. Alright, so I'm gonna try and kill them over there. Hopefully they stay there. That makes my job a lot easier. Right, that's one down, so I've still got one more to go through, I think. Yeah, it's a... oh, go away. Also, it does help to unequip your crossbow if you're being chased. I think, or it feels to me, that you swim slightly faster. And the good thing about the anglerfish is once you've hit them, even if they continue chasing you, just swim away. And as you see, then they turn around and you can land a couple of more hits, then they start chasing you, and it's just doing that over and over again until you kill it. And I will most certainly use a lot of arrows, so do bring a lot of arrows. You might want to bring a really good quality crossbow, or if you haven't got a good quality, some spare crossbows, because you will have a lot of underwater creatures to kill. There's actually more underwater creatures than in the rest of the cave. Okay. There is, you can see the little lightning bolts. That is an electroporus. I am not going to try and kill it at distance. I'm going to kite it and try and kill it out of the water where I am safe and where it cannot reach me. Unfortunately, I think it got itself stuck, this one. So I might have to go back. It might be around this corner. Yeah, it's definitely there. So I don't want to be... oh shoot, that thing's fast. Alright. This might be the hazard suit, or the electroporus broken, but I think it's the hazard suit that doesn't, or helps you not get stunned by this thing. Okay, I'm grappling onto it. I'm putting zip lines on it. That's the wrong crossbow. So let's kill this feller. He seems to have got himself stuck, and that means he can't run away. So I saw something come in. I think that was a frog. Yeah, that guy's no trouble. So as long as we don't hit him, he won't give us any grief. So he can stay there and enjoy the waters that we've just cleaned of bad creatures. So let's see, what have we got going forward? Always look around corners. You don't want to get surprised here underwater. It's the wrong place to die. Okay, so that looks like a carcanos. Right, okay, it is a carcanos. So as I was saying, be prepared to deal with carcanoses. Now, if I'm out of water, I'll normally try and use the RPGs to hit them. But obviously that's not going to work when you are in water. So crossbows is the next best thing. Or more like the only thing to use. And as you can see, he can't get to me. He's a bit stuck in that area, which is one of the benefits of this particular way of getting to the artifact. As you can see, it's fairly narrow, so a big creature like that won't find it easy to get to me. And I'm gonna be smart about it and stay well out of its range. I do have a ranged weapon, so there's no point in getting too close to it. I'm happy with it moving around. Even if I do miss a couple of shots, I'd rather miss or lose a couple of arrows than end up getting grabbed by that thing and killed. So I might have to reposition. Nah, I thought that wouldn't work. See if I can go around this way. I don't want to get too close to it. I think... Okay, that's salmon, so that's alright. There we go. So this might take a couple of shots to knock out or take down. There we go. Oh, level 100. That was quite a high level. So, ooh, anglerfish, try and get a hit on it, and then make a run for it. Now, as you can see, now I'm quite far from the area that I entered the water, which means I am most likely gonna fight stuff in the water. But I do have that extra distance to go and kite them around if I do get chased. I just wish that the character would float instead of slowly sinking. That is annoying, and that means I constantly have to reset my crosshairs. Yo, stay away, buddy. So notice he had heart above his name, above his head. That means that he is mate boosted, so that tells me there's another anglerfish somewhere around close by. And as you can see, they take quite a few arrows, and do bear in mind that what I am using in this video is all ascendant stuff, so that means a lot of armor and a lot of damage on my crossbow and everything. So you will probably have a bit of work cut out for you if you don't have good gear. So might take a couple of more hits. Okay, there's quite a few anglers, and he's coming toward me, so I'm gonna try and gain some distance. How far are you coming, bud? There you go. Come on. Alright, so that's one angler down. I know there is at least two more. Okay, he's turning around. This is my shot. He's hidden behind that thing, isn't he? There he is. And I think there is another... Oh, great. Earthquake. So as you can see, it will throw me around from side to side in a random direction every time the earth quakes. So I'm going to make my way back out to the beginning because it is the safest place to be, and wait for the earthquake to pass. Obviously, you can also try and wait it out in the portion of the water that you have cleared. However, because of how it knocks you in a random direction, I prefer to be on solid ground, because I don't know if there's a creature that I might have missed, or it might knock me into a creature and then I'll end up aggroing that creature. So I don't really want to be fighting anything during the earthquake. So I'm gonna wait this one out. If it's too long or takes too long for it to stop, I will speed it up. I think it's safe. So get back in there, and thank God these things don't last very long. Because as you will see when you do the cave yourself, things tend to spawn back in fairly quickly. So we do want to deal with the water section as quick as possible. I'm going to try and kill those things. I don't think they'll bother with me, but I'm not going to risk it. And there's an anglerfish somewhere. I don't know where he is. I did hear it. There we go. That's one down. Leaves two more to deal with. Third down in a bit. Can I get it? Notice that in the distance there's also an electropore, so I'm going to deal with the lampreys or whatever they're called before I deal with... Oh, yeah. So I heard a slushing about in the water. That was my alert that there's something swimming towards me. And I've noticed that the anglerfish make that slushing noise when they swim towards you. So that is why I moved out of the way. Once I deal with this anglerfish that is now dead, I'm going to deal with that last lamprey. I believe that's what it's called. I mean, I know how it's spelled. I'm not sure how to pronounce it though. Maybe I need to get a bit closer. So, come on. I mean, surely that thing's still alive. I killed two of them. I'm going to try and kill that now. That electroporus. There we go. One shot. Brilliant. Just make sure there's no more of those eels around. Come on. I know that's dead. Yeah, it's alive. There you go. Jesus. Yeah, I didn't want to leave that one behind. I don't know if it's neutral or how its aggro mechanism works, but I'm not taking any chances. And as you can see, there's another Carcanos. So I'm going to have to deal with this guy. He can't get to me by the looks of it. Is he coming back in the water? I guess not. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to be careful around here. I do want to kill it. I know there's something that is of high level, according to my bulldog, around this area. I want to be extra cautious. This is a little pocket of air for people that need it. But, you will most likely have a scuba set, so I don't see why you would need it. I'm just hoping it's not somewhere on the wall that around this area, and so I don't really want it to drop on my head. Yeah, anglerfish around. So there's an anglerfish here. At the moment, it hasn't aggroed on me, which tells me I can probably kill it without it following me. For some reason, they tend to get stuck around this area of the water, so I'm going to take that. You know, I'm quite happy with it. So that is one dead. I think there might be another one, I'm not sure. Okay, so the Carcanos is gone all the way there. See if I can hit it from here. I'm going to try and hit it from here. Ooh, that was a hit. I really didn't expect that arrow to actually hit it. Is it coming this way? It's doing something. Right, I can land a few more hits on it before it gets here. Okay, it seems to be stuck. So that is actually quite good news for me. I'm going to take advantage of this wonderful advantage and just keep shooting at it. Yeah, there's definitely another anglerfish around me. It doesn't seem to attack me at the moment, so I'm going to focus on the Carcanos because that is my main worry. Okay, it's dead. Everything seems to be alright. Whoa. Hey, hey, hey. What do you think you're doing? I mean, I could probably leave this guy alone. However, I'm not going to chance it. He might get unstuck and then... you know, I'd rather deal with him now rather than later. And here we go. We have another guest. Let's try and kill this one first. There we go. So you can come on land in this area. That is a beneficial portion of the cave. So let's see, where's that other angler? Let's deal with him now. And from this portion I will attach or I already have attached a zip line. And I'll show you very briefly what it looks like and where we need to go from here. Just being very cautious here. So I'm gonna make my way out. There's a... oh, okay. So there's a zip line. It's attached to the wall behind me. So I'll show you briefly what I mean. It's just above the water line. And you want to attach it at this end first. Then aim towards that area. So kind of like where my crosshairs are. That's where you want to attach it. And you'll see why in a bit. That is the entrance to the artifact room. And basically the zip line is in line with the top portion of that little doorway. That means I'll have to jump up to anchor myself to the zip line, but that is alright. It is not a bother at all. And there is another electroporus. I'm going to kill this one here. Make sure we don't have any issues with it when we come back out. I don't think it'll cause any issues, but I'd rather see it dead than alive, as I hate these things. Can I use a shotgun on it? Definitely not a rocket launcher. I'm just gonna try and snipe it. There we go. That's sorted that problem out. And now you see why, or you will see why I told you to attach the zipline where I told you to. Just quickly have a look around to make sure there's nothing to cause us any headaches. Everything seems clear. So as you can see, it attaches to a stone in the cave, or well, it's a stone that is a part of the cave wall, but there's a good reason behind that. I've attached another zip line there and into the ground. This will allow me to get back up to the zip line, and I am off the ground more or less. Quickly swapping out gear, and we will see the artifact in a couple of seconds. There we are. Zip line about my height on this end, and around the middle of the artifact height on some portion of that structure ahead. And as you can see, there is the artifact. So you want about halfway height wise. Now the other path that I was going to show you, or I tested out, brings you out down here, but it is a lot more complicated to deal with, simply because the water areas are fairly wide open, and yeah, it just makes life that much more complicated. Anyways, that is it, folks. That is how you get to the artifact. I do realize this might be a very long video, and I do apologize for it. I did want to show you folks the full extent of what you're going to have to go through to get to the artifact. It is one of the more complicated ones to get to, so do come in prepared for this artifact. Bring in spare gear, bring in plenty of ammunition, particularly arrows. And the final thing that I have to say is that you will probably have to re-kill everything that we have killed on the way in, as they probably will have respawned by the time you got to the artifact. So do take it slow, and good luck with getting the artifact. That is it for this video, folks. I do hope that you have enjoyed it and found it useful. If you have, don't forget to let me know by hitting that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and why not check out some of my other videos? Who knows, you might just enjoy them. Until next time, stay safe, folks.